Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about detox in when you go through a hospital treatment or a rehab centre. Just before I start, I figured out why I couldn't upload any more videos to my channel. It was because my memory was too full on my phone. So I've had to delete a load of stuff off my phone. When I've done a clean on my phone, it just said clean, and I clicked in emails, cleaned some of them which I don't use, but they've also deleted a lot of pictures, videos of what I've done in the last few days. So I've lost them, but now I know the problem. I've ordered myself a memory, like a little memory stick for your phone, so it holds more, just holds more memory. So we shouldn't have that problem again. But like I say, we're going to talk about the detox, which I've done in both things, in hospitals or a rehab centre, which I preferred. I mean, like I say, the two do the same trick. You come off the drink, but the two complete different setups. First of all, we'll talk about the rehab centre I went to. It was probably an hour away from here. That's when I had my support worker, and she got us in. I remember him saying, I don't have to be there the first day at 11 o'clock in the morning. They says in the morning, just carry on drinking like you normally would. I mean, don't get absolutely mortal, but just have I had a good few drinks. I knew that, because at the time you think this is the last time. I'm going to try to get a nice couple of beers in. I'm not going to drink the cider. So have a few cans before you go in. I got a lift off a friend. Otherwise, then would support the lift out. But my friend says, I'll give you a lift. I also have a few drinks in his car, a couple of cigarettes. And I got there for 11, well, about 11:15, a little bit earlier. And I sat in the car outside in the car park thinking, this is my last time. Because you always think, I want to go through a detox. This is going to be your last drink. That's what the goal is. And like I say, relapse is so common. But when you're physically going through it, in your head, this is your last time. So you're thinking this is going to be the last time I'm going to be drinking. So I goes in for 11 o'clock. Lovely place. Lovely. Because when you're on the drink as well, you're not used to like the cleanness, like how clean places should be, and they had a nice fish tank there, which is like for relaxing. That's the main reason I got fish tanks actually. It's like they used to have fish tanks in doctors, hospitals, rehab centres, places like that, just for the patients, just to make them relax. So I get in for 11 o'clock, introduce myself. Staff, lovely people. They understand the problem. They're not a judge. They don't judge because that's what they do. They took us to my room. That was where I'll be staying. I had my own room, my own TV, etc. And then on the dinner time, she took us to a place where you have to go each day at 12 o'clock, and I think it's 12 o'clock, then 4. It's like every 4 hours. Like, so the morning one, them do the tablets in your bedroom. They actually come to your bed, and you'll just hand you them, and then make sure you've took them. Even in the middle of the night, the tablets, like 4 o'clock in the morning. So there's your tablet, there's your 10 milligram or whatever dose you're on. They'll give you them in the middle of the night, so it's very relaxed. Even when you come out your room, they've got like a games room where they've got like a pool table, dartboard. There's loads of people there, and everyone's in high spirits. Everyone's off the drink, and they're all like, "Oh, this is great." You're going in the bath and you're feeling fresh. The first day getting your dinner, my first day, because I was shaking after like an hour. Like I say, I've been drinking all morning. Then from 11 till, I think the dinner started at 1. by 1 o'clock I was rattling, well, shaking, like my hand were really bad. And me and this other person who I started was the exact same. He was shaking a lot. So they put us in a separate room. This is you kind of eat in the main diner when you're shaking like that. So we had to eat in a separate place for the first 2 days until the shakes controlled, because I think it was more just I thought it was like you sitting there because you're shaking. I think it was more the point of you don't want to embarrass yourself if you're trying to get like a, but when you're trying to eat, you miss, because I was missing my mouth, and I was like horrendous for the first 2 days. See, they've got the games room. They've got a big room where it's got like a TV and people just watch. It's a nice feeling. You're off the drink and you're with lads and lasses, and you're just having a nice time. I mean, I didn't want to leave because I was only in for, I think it was 7 days. On my seventh day, I say some kind of stay another week. I loved it that much. Let's say I met people in there, good, good people, and it was just a nice environment. So that's the detox centre. If you've got put one like a little bit away from you, that's your detox centre, and it's lovely. You'd be very surprised how nice they are. They're very fancy, lovely place. Now I'm going to go about detox in a hospital, which I've done many of. I can't remember how many, 20 plus, loads. Take this pop off. The hospital. Oh, sorry, that's what I forgot to mention. In the if you go to a centre for a week or 2 weeks, you get prescribed. Well, I did that at that time. I was getting diazepam. It then completely stopped everything really, because it's like basic like Valium. It stops the cravings. It stops the shakes after a couple of days, but you feel quite drugged up, so you don't really feel with it, and you feel quite happy. So that, like I say, when you go to a centre to do like the diazepam treatment for you, whereas in a hospital, which is you get off the drink, but you've got to bear through the drink. When you're in a hospital treatment. If I've had like a seizure, or I've went in a hospital because I'm psychotic or whatever reason, be that you go in hospital, you get a bed, and it's not a bed, it's not you in your same room. I was in my same room for like the first day. Then you go in a main ward where it's like 8 people like in the same position, but they don't just prescribe the diazepam there, because diazepam is addictive. Like I say, I don't know about the rehab centres now. I don't know if them still do the diazepam, or they've changed all over the hospital exactly the same what them do, and them give you a tablet called chlorodiapoxide. Chlorodiapoxide, I think it's called. It is called that. And it's exactly the same thing as diazepam. Like you see, if you're going to get 20 milligrams of diazepam, they'll just give you 20 milligrams of chlorodiapoxide. But with the chlorodiapoxide, even though it's very safe and effective, you go through the withdrawal symptoms. It's nothing like diazepam. And you've got to, like my first day in hospital, and I was so happy, because what they do is in hospital they take your bloods. If your bloods are at a certain level with them, think he needs. That's the only chance you've got of doing a hospital detox. Is not where you can go in and just expect it. They take your bloods first, and if your bloods are too high risk, they keep you in. But the chlorodiapoxide is you go through. It's hard, extremely hard. I mean, when you're in hospital, you're lying in a bed, or you're sitting there. You've got a TV in front of you, but you're not moving around. You're not really talking, because everyone's in the same boat. They're anxious, and let's say you go through the symptoms, and the hardest part about it, I would say, is not, which I've never done, is admitting yourself out, thinking that because remember, you are in safe hands. It's very hard, but the rewards, just keep thinking about them rewards. In 5, 6 days, I'm going to be alcohol free. So 5, 6 days of absolute struggle is completely worth it. Do not try not to admit yourself out. Go back on the drink. It's just like your chance. That's your chance. I mean, if you start admitting yourself out, every time you're going for a detox, it'd be like, well, we'll give you a couple of chances. We'll give you. I mean, I had loads of chances because my bloods were terrible, and I was coming. I wasn't admitting yourself out. I would stay in, and I would just pressure through it. I was just thinking about them, thinking about the last day. That's always in my head. That last day of being out, being alcohol free. Like I say, the chlorodiapoxide, it does the same thing as diazepam. But in a treatment centre, you walk about, you meet new people, you can go in the games room, you can. There's lots of things you can do in there. You can go in the garden, which I was doing, and like having a little plant a few things out if you want to. It's voluntary if you want to do it. They don't tell you to do stuff. But I was saying to them, can I do anything with the fish tank? They said, you can just clean the glass. With I'll just show you. But I do it. Like I've got on this fish tank, so you know what I mean. It's like that there. It's like a magnet. So you've got to clean the glass from the inside as well. So you just go slowly so you don't scare the fish. And I was doing that quite a lot in rehab. I would just sit there for hours. But like I say, in the hospital, there's nothing like that. It's like, what's the best word to describe it? In hospital, it's quite hardcore. That's the word I'm looking for. It's very, very, very difficult. If I ever had to get treatment ever again, I would definitely prefer going away for a week somewhere. Where you're sitting around people, you can walk around. If you're start feeling a bit shaky, you can go outside, get a fresh air, and completely forget about it. I mean, a hospital, you've got a bed. They're not going to allow you out for a cigarette, which I wasn't allowed. You're not going outside, it's dangerous. You could collapse, you're going through a detox here. They take it very serious. They've got to do. I mean, it's not as though I'm going to go for a tab. You could really have a seizure. Anything when you're coming off the drink. Coming off the drink, even in a detox centre or hospital, comes with it risks. It's dangerous, very bloody dangerous. But the rewards are so good. I mean, getting out of hospital or a centre. Normally with a centre as well, I've got to explain that. If you go to a detox centre, they'll automatically put you through to a 12-week 3-step where you go from like 9 till 5, which is excellent, really good. I'm trying to think what other rewards apart from physically being off the drink, because like I've mentioned loads of times, there's lots and lots excellent things. I don't want to. I feel a bit bad saying this, but when you come off the alcohol, I know it's you don't do it for that reason. You come off the drink because you physically want to, and you're in a bad place. But if you're thinking about what I want to do for money and that, for when I come off and that, and I need to get my house sorted because I've wrecked it, I want to move out, you're automatically put on the sick for 2 years. It's an automatic. It's an automatic thing them sort out for you. You don't have to fill in any forms or nothing like that. You don't have to go to the job centre. Them automatically put you on the sick for 2 years. I mean, a lot of people. I know there'll be people talking. He shouldn't be on the sick. Talk about me. He shouldn't be on the sick. Them don't realise what your body goes through after detox. I look well. I look alright. But people don't understand the struggles. You've got to get yourself mentally ready for work in their next 2 years. Them 2 years are not about this money what they give you, which is extra money than you normally get. It's not about wasting money, stuff like that. It's things to occupy your mind, go to different places, bus fare to go to AA meetings. You go to like you can go as many AA meetings a day. All you got to do is go to Google. See, I lived in Manchester. I see AA meetings in Manchester. Otherwise, the drugs, it'd be any. I mean, alcoholics can still go to any treatment centres, but that's about drugs. So I never went there. I just went to AA, Alcohol Anonymous. Like I say, that's the word, Alcohol Anonymous. It's good. I love being off. I mean, it's quite strange because what I've started to do is, when I wake up in the morning, this is what I do now to keep myself focused for the day. Because I've always said, like all the way through my treatment, I've always said, just for today. I remember a lad saying this in one of the AA meetings. He said, just for today. Even though he was off for, I think he was off 40-something year, a long time. And he says, I'm exactly the same as you. He wasn't like, I've been off 40 years, look, you know what I mean, look at me. He's like, I'm the same as you. I wasn't drinking yesterday, I'm not drinking today, and I don't know what's going to be happening tomorrow. He says, when you get up in the morning, just for today. If you can get through that day, repeat it. I mean, I wake up in the morning now, and I say to myself, even though I'm not even thinking about alcohol, I'll say, just for today, I'm not going to have a drink. Just for today. And I'll do it every morning. And it's strange. It's working. Whatever it's doing, it's working. I mean, you'll have your own strategy. Whatever works for you, you do. Either be AA meetings, going out with anything what you like, what keeps your mind occupied. Just do it. No one's stopping you. There's life's too short. There's a big world out there. I mean, the area I'm from, it's lovely. I love it. It's my home. But it's a big world out there. Don't let things hold you back. If you want to do something, if you've got your mind set on something to do, nothing is impossible. I promise you that. I've completely surprised myself within the last 14 months what I've achieved. I've really, like I say, I'm never proud of myself, but I'm very proud of what I've achieved, as in things I've done. Even spending time with family, I'm proud of that. There's lots of things what you can be proud of. I mean, I'm not proud of coming off alcohol. I think I don't know, to me it's cringy. I'm proud of myself coming off it. That's just me. If you want to be proud for coming off alcohol, you be proud. That's not my choice. But I'm proud of things I've done over the last 14 months. And I think I'm getting stronger each day. Well, I'm not thinking, I know I am. I'm getting stronger. But never, just before I go, one last thing. Never, because I've done this in the past, and I've never get too confident. Never put pressure on yourself by saying, I'm never going to drink again. You just put pressure. I know it sounds silly. You're putting pressure on yourself. It's like I say, I love being sober. There's so much more to life. So that's going to be enough for today because, oh God, 20 minutes. Like I say, I've sorted out all the videos now. I've got a memory card coming, so I can upload more videos without having to delete loads of stuff at once. So I'll not have a problem again. Thank you very much. And could you subscribe and do a like? I'd be very grateful. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye now.